your thoughts on obviously tying it up in the second and then forcing another overtime?
Yeah, we were able to capitalize on the chance during the third. A bit too much defending, but still defended hard. I thought, they come at you in waves, but I thought we defended hard. Had some looks, some chances. I thought the first two played really well, and then, they had their push, but I thought we fought hard.
When you look back, is it just a matter of staying out of the box?
Yeah, of course. You want to play the game 5-on-5 as much as you can. I thought, we were able to capitalize on a power play too, so, it's part of the game. The guy had a breakaway. I don't think it was, a bad penalty to take. You want to kill those off and respond, but, they have a good power play. They capitalize, and credit to them.
You talk about defending too much. You guys have been doing, a lot of that whole series. What can you do to kind of get out of that? Because you seem to be, last two games, obviously, you've been doing a lot of that.
Yeah, I think, sometimes it's, a tale of two games within a game. I think the first period we were, playing really well, quick with our decisions. And, once a team gets that cycle going, you get a lot more worn down defending than when you're in the O-zone. So, just not as crisp. They're on home ice, they're down 2-1, they're obviously going to have their push, but we did respond with that goal and fought hard. I think they're a good team, credit to them, but yeah, definitely got to be a bit more possessive in the offensive zone and wear them down a bit.
You probably liked that first period quite a bit. Did you just feel like you guys didn't weather the eventual push that you probably knew Florida was going to make to start the second?
Yeah, I thought the second period could have been better. I did like the first, and then the second. I would agree with that.
Up front.
Peter, Chris Kreider was, I guess, pretty hard on himself when talking about his game tonight. What are you seeing out of him and Mika in that line in general?
They're working. We're spending a little bit too much time playing defense, especially in the second period, and that happened last game as well. And so we're not able to move and generate the way that we want to out there. They come at you hard. They dump a lot of pucks. They forecheck hard, and so you're not spending time in the right zone. I think those players that you're talking about, like they want to get out of the defensive zone. They want to get into the offensive zone where they can make an impact in the game. And so that's something I thought we did a much better job at home of controlling the play. But there was a spot in the game 3 and then a spot here in game 4 where we didn't get that push that we need out of the period, and it keeps guys, I think, from playing in the zone that they don't want that they want to get to. They're not there.
Stay on the left.
Just to follow up on that one, Peter, we saw Jack start there tonight after Phil was in there the last couple of games, and then you go to Capo later. Are you just kind of looking for someone to put their stamp in that spot and really solidify that role?
Well, I thought, that's I thought Capo. The change was made for me based on Capo and what I saw in the first part of the game. He was moving, he was protecting pucks, he was looking to create and generate, and so to try and make that switch to see if it could try to move the needle in the direction to the offensive zone.
Left side in the middle.
This wasn't the kind of storybook ending that Blake Wheeler would have invited, but what did you see from him in the game tonight?
Yeah, he just jammed up there on that call and just worked backwards, and but he came out. I thought he gave us some good minutes. It was a long road for him to get back, and I thought he came in, and there was times where Gaudreau, Rempe, and Wheeler put it in the offensive zone, and they actually stayed down there and were able to occupy some time and spend some minutes down there. So for his first game back in a while, I thought he was good.
Up front.
Now that, just to follow up on that, he's in the game. Obviously, you throw him out there in the overtime. What did you see on that particular play? And is, taking the penalty the only thing he can do at that point?
Yeah, they got behind us. There was a turnover at the offensive blue line, and like I said, it was a tough spot for him to be in. There was a lot of heat on him, a lot of pressure, and it was more what they did, I think, than him doing something. He was surrounded by a couple of players, so it bounces back the other way. The guys were chasing it down the best they could, and ended up having to get a stick on it.
Right side in the middle.
Peter, I know the power play gets one tonight, but this is the first time in a while it feels like you guys have been on the wrong end of the special teams. Is there any way to just get out of that as far as the discipline and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, listen, leave last series and into this series, we're playing a team that's good on the power play and the penalty kill, and we have been as well. And you're right, they got us tonight. Tomorrow's a new day.
In the back, Art.
We talked a lot about Igor last game. Seems like right from the drop of the puck, he was completely dialed in and helped you guys get even to the overtime again.
Yeah, he was, especially like I said in the second. There was a lot of heat there. We ended up going out in the third trying to push to get that thing tied up. We did it. We got to the overtime, and just not the way we wanted to, get into that overtime that quick.
I'm just wondering, is there an explanation for the dramatic shift from the first period to the second period and kind of continued?
No, I mean we got to be better. We can't afford lapses like that. I don't have an explanation. It was a same thing where they come out and they're chasing. Now they're chasing it. They press, and I didn't think the response was good to start the second period. It just kind of went in there, and we had to kill some penalties from there. And so I definitely think that we need to be better.
We can do two more. Left side, Dan.
In regards to Blake and that last play, I don't know if it's anybody else that gets caught in that spot, if they can do anything differently either. But was it your intent to throw him out there right away in overtime, or was that is that a plan, or is that just something you just do quickly on the bench there? How does that work?
No, the plan was to continue to play the bench. We played the bench the entire game, and the plan was to continue to play the bench.
Last one, left side.
Just wanted to check on the status of Phil. Is everything okay with him? Is this a coach's decision, or what's the story with?
This is just part of Phil's, coming back after such a long layoff, and what we feel is best for him to continue to move forward for us. And so, you're asking a lot for a guy that missed 6 months to come back in and get up to that speed. And so, this is part of the plan for him.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
I just needed to make a couple plays. I think I single-handedly harpooned a few of our possessions in the O-zone, throwing a couple passes that didn't sit flat, or just whiffing on them entirely and putting them on their tape. So everyone was on the same page. Everyone was clicking, and I personally needed to execute a little better, and I think we would have been even more efficient.
Chris, your line takes on a lot of tough matchups. Obviously, we see that all year, but what's your assessment of how it's gone for you guys so far in this series?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to do a better job of advancing pucks up the ice and establishing an O-zone presence. A lot of that falls on me. I got to be able to get in there and win pucks, get my body on pucks, move my feet, and allow us to get up the ice and start rolling and cutting back and making some plays at the net.
Chris, what do you think changed? I mean, you came out in the first period, controlled the first period. What do you think changed as the game went on?
Yeah, we just weren't exiting our zone as cleanly. I don't know if they made adjustments, so I'd have to go back and look at it, but their forecheck was a little bit more effective, and our breakout was a little less effective. I don't think we were getting pucks out and getting pucks in. Got run around a little bit. They were able to have some riding time. So.